This is the most mature audiences only shit you've ever heard. Period. From Boston. Broadcasting all over the world. Send the soy boys home. 'Cause we ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
Drop down, let me give it to you.
This is the Joe Cronin Show. Now, here's Joe Cronin. Joe Cronin.
Not good, Monday Night Raw. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good Monday Night Raw, not good. I can tell you that. Much like my show, the WWE ratings are dying. You know what I mean? It's not just my show that's dying, my channel that's dying. It's the WWE and AEW as well. Wrestling is, from what I can tell, in some trouble here. Like a lot of trouble. It seems. I think anybody that doesn't think something about that is probably being some kind of delusional. But this isn't good, because even when stuff is, seemingly pretty good, sometimes the ratings aren't very great. And we've been talking about this for years. I predicted this 10 years ago. Now, the only thing that helped a little bit was the launching of AEW. I mean, we didn't expect that. 10 years ago, we didn't think another, something else would launch besides Impact Wrestling and, captivate a million people a week almost by AEW, I mean. That's something I did not anticipate. So, I'll give them credit for that. And I don't know. Wrestling's not as interesting when you after you say it's fake to everybody, and you have one of the biggest booms in wrestling ever in the Attitude Era, and then you spend the next 15 years after the Attitude Era just telling everybody about how the whole thing works and how it's all fake. You kind of, it's like well, I don't want to it's like something that I won't compare it to right now because I'll just say children are awake right now. So I won't compare it to certain something, but you maybe know what I'm talking about. And if they just kind of went along with, no, wrestling's real, and they kept that going, until you're in your 10s, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, 16 years old, whatever age it is, that you reach where you are like, you know what? Oh, yeah, this wrestling stuff was all a big work. I didn't, I'd always heard that, but I didn't really believe it. I don't know. But that's really not even it either when you think about it. Really what it is the fact that there's just nobody captivating enough, Like, again, I saw somebody, it might have been Vince Russo, putting down Seth Rollins recently. And, I don't think he was putting him down on purpose. The article was probably made up that whatever. But I mean, listen, I've always said it, that Seth Rollins is a wonderful mid-card talent. But he's not a main eventer to me, really. Sometimes he feels like he can be. But I got to be honest, Seth Rollins reminds me like a lot of like Double J Jeff Jarrett. And I'm not saying that they remind me of each other because they're different. Double J was like like a Shawn Michaels when Shawn Michaels was kind of on the beginning of his Intercontinental Championship run as far as WWE goes. So if you were to say that this guy is a top tier 10 out of 10 Intercontinental mid-carder, right? Like you say someone's a mid-carder, you're at the top of the mid-card, like an A+ at the mid-card. You know, I thought Shawn Michaels was an A+. I thought Razor was Razor wasn't quite an A+ to me, but he kind of was an A+ almost. You know, see, I would give Shawn Michaels an A+, Bret the Hitman Hart an A+, and I would give Razor Ramon like an A. And I would give, you know, Mr. Perfect an A. I would give Double J Jeff Jarrett an A. I would give Seth Rollins an A, in my opinion. So, like, in my opinion, I think Seth Rollins, as far as his characters, what he talks about, how he wrestles, and all that stuff, I feel like Seth Rollins might be an A. Maybe an A+. Maybe an A+. I don't know. Or an A. I don't know. But the guy has been booked for so long like a world champion, like an A+ world champion. I just don't think he really is that, which is not a problem, by the way. This is not a bad thing for me to say I think Seth Rollins is sort of an A mid-carder and a B+ main event world champion guy. Do you know what I'm saying? But there are times that Seth Rollins has appeared to be the world champion and feels like a top type of guy. But not a lot. You know, I think when he cashed in on Reigns and Lesnar, I think that was that he felt the most like a real champion then, although it in a way doesn't make sense because he cashed in something on them. So it's kind of ridiculous anyway. But, you know, I don't know, man, but I like Seth Rollins a lot, and he's one of the best things they have. I mean, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens. AJ Styles would be a guy that would be a top guy, but he doesn't want to be, so he's not. Because he was for a while. Remember when AJ Styles was doing that stuff with James Ellsworth, and AJ Styles was on the top of his game? Do you guys remember that? Like, AJ was the man, dude. He was booked as, like, the top guy in the company almost. And AJ Styles was great, but AJ Styles said, nah, man, I just want to be on Twitch. So AJ Styles took himself out of the running. That has nothing to do with Vince or anybody else. Vince wanted him to be the face of the damn company. Vince liked AJ Styles. You know, I think Vince saw him as, I know Vince saw him as the little pit bull or whatever, but I think he also saw him as, you know, like kind of like a Shawn Michaels type of guy. You know, Rey Mysterio, Shawn Michaels, something like that. But yeah, a lot of great mid-carders, you know, just nobody that is transcending. We've talked about this a million times, so I don't even want to go into it again. But, you know, there's just nobody that transcends into something, you know, that seems larger than life, really. Plenty of guys that seem a bit, you know, cartoony and stuff like that, but not enough guys that seem like, wow, that guy, man, that's the guy. Everybody knows Hulk Hogan. Everybody knows The Rock. Everybody knows Stone Cold. Everybody knows The Ultimate Warrior. And not everybody really even knew The Ultimate Warrior, you know, because he was so weird on the microphone and just muscly. And while The Ultimate Warrior was mainstream, and he was big for a little bit, and he had massive amounts of fans for a little while, and he was a mega superstar for a little bit. But still, you don't hear a lot of people say, like, the wrestler, remember Ultimate Warrior? You know, you don't hear people casually, and you didn't hear it that much back in the 90s of people saying Ultimate Warrior, you know, but you heard people say Hulk Hogan. What do you think, you're Hulk Hogan? Oh, you watch that wrestling stuff? Oh, yeah, like, I've heard of, like, Hulk Hogan, like, yeah, what do you think, you're Hulk Hogan? Nobody would say, what are you, the Ultimate Warrior? You know, people, unless you were a wrestling fan, Ultimate Warrior didn't seem to transcend into the mainstream as much. His physical and presence and his look might have, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, I've seen that guy. Macho Man kind of did. I think Macho Man did more than Warrior, if I remember. And as a kid, I loved Ultimate Warrior. You know, it was like Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, and then of course, as it got into the 90s, it was more Shawn Michaels, you know, Hulk Hogan, and then Bret Hart, and then Ultimate Warrior. And then as we got into the mid-90s, 1994 and 1995, it was Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, you know, and I didn't watch Hogan as much, and Warrior was gone. So, you know, it's just one of those things. It's interesting how that doesn't, you know, transcend as well. Anyway, looks like Sasha Banks is heading to New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's pretty much all but confirmed that she'll be showing up. And this is one of those things, man, where she's getting paid a bunch of money to basically show up for Wrestle Kingdom for like 1 or 2 nights, you know? Show up and do some meet and greets. I'm assuming she's going to show up night 1. That way night 2, the meet and greet stuff or whatever can happen without spoiling it if it's a surprise. But I have a feeling it might not be a surprise. It will be a booked situation where they announce a match, Sasha versus whoever. So, again, Sasha Banks, opportunistic, you know? It's been a couple of months since she's put some coin in her panties. And so Sasha Banks probably said, hey, you know what? I'll wrestle Shaisuke Sukulu for, you know, $20,000 to $50,000. Probably a lot more than that, actually. Let's be honest. Sasha Banks is probably going to get $500,000 to $1 million to wrestle one match. I'm going to bet $500,000 because I think $1 million is just too much. You know, that's just too much for them to throw. You know, but it might be worth it. Maybe. I don't think it's worth it even at $500,000. You know, I think that's retarded. Because I think a lot of the Sasha Banks fans, the ditzy, teeny boppy, stupid people, and the casual wrestling fan kids and stuff like that, they're never going to be like, oh, I've got to order New Japan. I just don't think that's really going to happen. I think you might get 5,000 to 10,000 buys off of real Sasha Banks fans. Maybe 10,000 buys, right? And I would say for the neckbeard fat people like me who are over 20 who are interested in this, I think most of them were going to buy it or not buy it anyway. So maybe you get 20,000 buys from them. And I mean, 20,000 buys equates to $3 a buy almost. I mean, actually, it's a little bit more than that. But whatever. 20,000 times, we'll say, I don't know what the event's going to be like. $50 maybe. I don't remember how much it's going to be. So the buys, you're looking at $15 maybe. So yeah, I mean, you know, you're looking at maybe $300,000 to $500,000 via American buyers, which will be most of the market for Sasha, but she's international, so maybe it's a little more. So, you know, if they were going to earn about $300,000 off the American market for Wrestle Kingdom, which is probably what they were going to make, about $300,000 off the Americans, you know, you're looking at maybe boosting that to $600,000 with Sasha. And then if you look at the worldwide audience, you're boosting that a little bit. So you might make $600,000 to $1 million, maybe, by bringing in Sasha. I don't know that to be true. I almost don't believe that number. I don't think Sasha is that much of a draw. I think she's a draw, but it's not that much. You know what I'm saying? I think if you say Sasha's making a crazy appearance on, you know, Impact Wrestling for free next week, you know, how much is she going to draw? You know, in a pay-per-view event. I don't think it's a lot. And the reason why I say that is because I saw what CM Punk drew. CM Punk drew 15 to 20,000 buys, maybe. You know, CM Punk drew 100,000 or so viewers or less. So what's Sasha Banks going to draw? And what's Sasha Banks going to draw in New Japan? Do you know what I mean? It's like just using your brain. I don't believe their projections. I just don't believe it. I think it's possible that 20,000 people maybe purchased the event because of Sasha. 20,000. That's my guess. I don't really believe their projections. So, but you're going to pay her $500,000. So she's killing it. She gets paid $30,000 for a meet and greet event. She makes money left and right in other little places, in beauty magazine things. She's working on a music thing. She shows up at fan fest event type of things to make $20,000 or $30,000. You know what I mean? And now it's like she takes wrestling off. She's trying out for roles in Hollywood. She's getting small roles in Hollywood. And now, she's going to appear for 3 to 4 days in New Japan for a hot minute, for a second. And she's going to get paid potentially hundreds of thousands to $500,000. So, dude, listen. This girl is killing it. This is the smartest business venture stuff I've seen in a long time. I don't know if she's orchestrating this all herself. I find it hard to believe she is. I want to say she's got an agent at this point working for her, and I just don't know about it. She's got to have a talent company or an agent working for her. Why be a full-time wrestler anymore? You've done everything you could do besides really, I think there was some mega matches that she could have had that she never really got to do, but theoretically, some of that really happened in NXT when she first started in NXT. So you know what? Why even do anything? So, she's killing it by making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, not even close to having to really bust her ass as much as in WWE. I mean, I'm sure she's busting her ass to go to events and work deals and get on the phone and go to tryouts and go to auditions and, submit things and come up with business ideas. And she's busy, but she's busy on her own terms as opposed to being grindy and depressed and whatever wrestling was doing to her. Now she can wrestle still and do all this other stuff at her own leisure, just like independent bands do now, right? For the last 10 years, really, 10 to 12 years, bands don't need record labels. They launch their own stuff, just like I'm not on the radio. You know what I mean? I was offered a $30,000 a year job on the radio. That wasn't enough money, so I stayed at my job making $45,000 a year. And then when I got laid off, I was making $100,000 a year on YouTube for years. Not anymore, but now I'm fucking broke, but you know what I mean? I got to basically work on YouTube and make a crazy income for 4 to 5 years. And I wasn't stressed anymore, so I can identify with Sasha Banks. I was working for the man at Clark's Shoes. Grinding hours, miserable, depressed. Even when I was doing this show, I was depressed in 2012, 13, and 14. I was depressed because I was working a full-time job that that was killing me, and I didn't really like it that much. And I felt like I wasn't really doing what I was supposed to do on this earth, and I was sad and depressed and miserable, And I am again now, but that's because I've had to go back to regular work again. So it's but I will tell you, I understand why Sasha Banks doesn't want to work at WWE. She is having a blast. She's making her own income her own way on her own, pretty much, with everything she's gotten from WWE and everything else. Man, I'll tell you, from 2017, from 2016, 17, 18, 19, and 20, and even maybe even into around 2021. What was that? 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 for 5 years. For 5 years. You can see it on my face. Go watch my channel from 2017 to 2020 and 21-ish. You can see how happy I am. I am so happy because I'm doing producing shows, creating shows. That's all I'm doing is YouTube. I'm doing YouTube, man. I'm just creating content, and I'm doing my own radio show right here on YouTube. And I wasn't working any other job. Nobody else. I was my own boss. And you can see it on my face. And I remember I felt great. So I totally understand Sasha Banks. I get it. She's fucking happy right now. You know? I'm not happy now. I used to be. You know what I mean? Now I'm back to miserable again. I'm fucking miserable all the time. Because no matter how much I grind and do at work, I can't catch up. No matter how much I do here on YouTube, it feels like I can't really do enough to catch up. And I have to work 50, 60 hours outside of YouTube and then do some YouTube still. So it is miserable. And so I understand why Sasha Banks is doing this, man. That's why I'm not knocking her at all. I'm not knocking her. I hear people knocking her all over the place. I get it. She doesn't look the greatest, as far as how she acts and seems. People think she's snooty and shit. I think so, yeah. She seems a bit snotty and shitty. I get it. I agree. But she's probably super happy now. Before she was miserable at WWE. She had to work hard for a couple of $100,000 and then book for her own appointment, flights, and all these other things. And, in the end, whatever she was making, $300,000, $500,000, whatever she was making in WWE, you take the taxes away, you take the expenses away, and then the creative freedom away, and you get down to making about $250,000 a year, and you're miserable. At least she was. But now that she has her own control of all her shit, she's making more money or as much money, but she's on her own. I get it. I'm trying to compare her situation to my situation, right? Trying to sort of understand. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. What up, Eric Chambers? I'm glad you said that, bro, but I don't know, bro. My shit's fucked. Dude, I do, I'm living, but it ain't that great, bro. I am very lucky, and I have a lot of things, but, bro, I'm negative 80 or 70, whatever it is now. I don't even know. The bills go up every whatever. Dude, I owe Uncle Sam tons of money, bro. I'm in insane debt, and I live paycheck to paycheck now. So I know that you're saying I got a lovely whatever. It's all going to go, it could all go away, pretty quickly any day now. So I appreciate that, man, but trust me, bro, it ain't very good right now. It's not good. So I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just saying, I can understand what it's like when you're working, doing something you love, versus when you're working and it's not good. You know what I mean? I know exactly what I'm talking about. Because in 2012, 13, and 14, when I was doing this show, I was having fun doing the show, but I was also very depressed about life, about having to work for someone 50 hours a week, and then I was doing YouTube, but I was very depressed about myself and life, and it wasn't very good. But then in 2017, from 2016 and 17 especially, it started just being awesome, and then just doing YouTube full time for 5 years was amazing. I felt amazing. I felt great. It's weird how great I felt. But now I feel miserable again. Every day I wake up and I'm like, yo, I'm a fucking loser. So I hate myself and I hate this and everything sucks. So I understand if Sasha Banks was going to WWE every day, Sasha Banks is going to work, going to WWE, and she's like, this sucks. You know what I mean? It's grinding her down. It's killing Sasha Banks, So now Sasha Banks is like, yo, I'm making millions and I'm doing what I want. Yeah! Sasha Banks has got to be fucking living it, killing it. Absolutely crazy. Sasha Banks.
Shit bum.
Joe Diablo 4 trailer just announced at the Game Awards.
Yes, I knew this was coming, believe it or not. ADTR, thank you for the donation, brother. Shout out to D Moon. He hit me up earlier and he said Diablo 4. I know I knew about this because I've been watching the news. And the other thing is, thank you. Love you, babe. You going to bed? I love you. I haven't seen my kids forever. Yeah, I knew Diablo 4 was launching. I was lucky enough to play the beta, the endgame closed beta. But, not to complain, but I realized I had no time to play it. So I only made it to level 15. I had the beta for 30 days. You guys know me. You guys know me as a Diablo person. And there's another example of life. In 2017, 18, 19, and 20, I used to play games like crazy with you guys and offline. I'd play the shit out of Diablo 3. I'd play so much Diablo, and I'd have, oh, man, life was great. I have no time to play Diablo. So I actually got access because of my shit with Blizzard and everything else. I got the closed beta access right away. But I couldn't really play it because I'm too busy. So I was just kind of sad, like, yeah. And then I came to the realization that I don't even care anymore about Diablo. Because when am I going to play it? When am I going to play Diablo? So it's weird. I made it to level 15 after like 3 weeks of playing the beta. I couldn't talk about it because there's an NDA on it. And, you know, most of the people I knew, you know, were killing it. Like, played hours and hours and hours. I think I played a total of like 3 hours of Diablo 4 in like 4 weeks or something. I don't know. I mean, if it was a couple of years ago, I would have played it for 20 hours a week. So, yeah, I have no idea. So, yeah, the Diablo 4 trailer's out. Everybody's been messaging me and emailing me and texting me. Shout out to all you guys. You guys know how much I love Diablo, and I've been waiting for Diablo 4 forever. But I just I honestly, I don't know, bro. I can't really play it. When am I gonna play it? You know, let's just maybe a couple hours a week, I guess. So I just came to that realization. So I kind of like haven't wanted to play it at all, like, or cared. What, buddy?
I forgot to make a TikTok with the
They're not making a TikTok. No, I'm not opening a TikTok for you guys. No.
Well, we're an IRA.
All right, well, give me 5. What's that? Huggy Wuggy or whatever that is?
Mommy sold him.
Oh, she sewed him? She fixed them for you? Nice. All right, you got to go to sleep, okay? Give me a hug. It's wicked late. Hey, have Mommy take your shoes off. Why you still got your shoes on? I'm sorry I didn't see you, buddy. All right. Hey, you guys all right? All right, well, go to sleep, okay? What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, so anyway, yeah, so, yeah, Diablo 4 trailer dropped. That's pretty awesome. You know, we've been waiting years and everything. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So, anyway, this Sasha is probably really happy. And so the people ragging on her, I get it. But I just think Sasha's in a great mood, right? You know what I mean? She's just, can you imagine making all that money? You know what I mean? Like, so good for her. You know? Good for her. What up, Matt? How you doing, man? Well, let's see. There's something going on inside that. Well, I'll take a look at it, to be honest. We'll see what we can do with it. We'll figure it out. It was, remember, let's see, what was I talking about? Yeah, there's not a lot of, just wrestling is down. It's very down at this point, no doubt about it. One of my favorite jobs was when I used to sell stuff, when I used to sell over the phone, because a lot of the commission came from upselling other stuff or upselling more of the stuff, and I really did good at that. I did really well at that, but they, what are you doing?
Can you check something?
Why? What are you checking?
Friend's account.
All right. And, yeah, I really enjoyed doing that, but the place ended up closing down, and they cut commissions in half. It was crazy, bro. They, like, cut commissions in half. It was crazy. But anyway, that's Sasha Banks, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Maybe she's going to wrestle Kairi Sane.
How do I make his whole account private?
What are you doing? Let me see it. What's going on?
How do I make his
Why?
Because he wanted it to be private, so I'm gonna.
All right, you can give it to Mom. Show it to Mommy. Alfredo Flores, no, I won't be covering Impact. Impact Wrestling told me to F myself. They used to strike me when I said anything about them or reviewed them and showed videos. They told me that they'd rather fold the company than hire me on commentary. They denied access for me to have people from Impact Wrestling on my show years ago. They even took out people like Andre Corbiel, who used to love them. He loved them. And they would literally attack him with attacks. Like, I mean, like, it was crazy. So I hope Impact Wrestling dies, and everybody there hates me for whatever reason. I used to try to promote them. I would try to promote Impact Wrestling all the time and do these things with Impact Wrestling, and they just told me to F myself and were scummy to me. I don't know, bro. So fuck them as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I mean, F Impact Wrestling as far as I'm concerned.
Shit bum.
Have you ever thought about a career change? It's not too late, Joe. You are still fairly young.
I don't know what, Jay Gibson, thank you, man. I don't know what the career change would be, you know? I mean, I don't even know what that would be. I do sales and customer service and sales and things like that, mostly sales, you know? So I don't know, bro. If there's somebody looking to sell something, and they need a sales rep, or they need the whatever, they needed some kind of sales rep, that's what I do. I do well at that too. I do really pretty well at sales. Like, so I don't think I would switch careers.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
It just sucks to have to do 3 careers. That's the problem, you know?
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Joe, how did the Rams win a Super Bowl and become so bad right now? What in the world happened? Also, you should check out the NFL guy named Adam. He does early season predictions of every team and it aged so well. He predicted Broncos to get 12 wins.
Well, I mean, is that really a crazy thing? I mean, I guess the Broncos, you would have thought, maybe would have done less. But Jesus, is the Broncos getting 12? I mean, is that really the... I don't know. I guess I could have predicted that, right? I mean, the maybe not. I don't know. I'll check him out though. That's interesting. I mean, he knows more. He knows a lot more than I do. I'll tell you. I suck at football predictions. Have you ever heard my football predictions? Like, Jesus. I'm excited for the Diablo trailer. Don't get me wrong. You know, but you know, I mean, I saw the trailer. The trailer they released a couple of years ago was so good when they first released the first Diablo trailer for Diablo 4. But like I said, man, you know, I got access to the beta. I got access to the closed beta. And I barely could play it because I'm so busy. And I'll never not be busy at this point. I might be more busy soon. And I'm more busy than I've been in ever in my life. And I'm not even making as much as I used to make from 2017, 18, 19, and 20. And I'm more busy than ever, and I'm going to be more busier. So, dude, that just made me sad, having access to the beta. Because I just kept staring at it every day, and I was like, I can't fucking play this. I can't fucking play this thing. And I got inundated today with tons of people sending me messages, Diablo 4! And I was like, oh, I've already decided that fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, poor D Moon hit me up. D Moon, guys. If you remember D Moon, he never talks to me. But he goes, Diablo 4, Joe. And I'm like, fucking bro, I can't play it. The Ghost from the Coast. We have so much more wrestling news to get to. I haven't even gotten in this stuff. We're fucking derailed. Hey, chat, 69. You gotta run. You're fucking just so big, and you're running, and you're huge. Look at him. Look at her. Quasimodo running right there. I'd think about it after a couple of tequilas.
Run, you fat bitch.
I'll be honest.
Keep it up, Joey. Award games are fairly good this year.
Award games? You mean game awards? The Ghost from the Coast. Ghost from the Coast, thank you so much, man. He has been going crazy the last couple of nights. Big drops. Ghost, thank you, man, for keeping me going here, along with everybody else who's been donating to the show. Oh, speaking of donating, I didn't even put the link up. My bad. I was coming on trying to remember all the news that I wanted to talk about, and we haven't even talked about it. And then I didn't even think to put the link up for everybody. My bad. Here you go. Dono link right there. If you guys want to support the channel, that's the way to do it. I'll pin it to the top. Yeah, I didn't mean to get off on a self-important rant about how busy I am, but it's just everybody was asking me about Diablo, and I was like, some people were like, aren't you excited? And I'm like, yeah, but not really. Anyway, you heard what I said. It's just bittersweet. But it kind of tied into the Sasha Banks story. I didn't even think about how it does, but it did. Yeah, it's just, one of these things here with the ratings. It's not good. This is not good as far as ratings go. AEW Dynamite viewership continued its downward trend this week. AEW brought a lot of action. And by the way, I read the AEW preview and I was like, man, AEW is going to be good. AEW is going to be good. And it was. But, man, the ratings are stuck at that mark.
Sounds homosexual to me, personally.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, Danny? I don't see Danny around anymore. What happened to him?
Sounds homosexual to me, personally.
All right, Danny. Why don't you chill out, bro? That's weird, brother. You realize that, brother? What's wrong with being what's wrong with that? What's wrong with liking men? You got a problem with that? Huh, Hitler?
Sounds homosexual to me, personally.
Come on, man. Be better. Okay? Be better, Danny. All right? Let's try to be better, Danny, all right? But yeah, I heard all the news. I knew Diablo was going to be announced. Oh, they announced the date of Diablo too. So they announced it for June. Can somebody clarify that Diablo is coming out in June? Is that the announcement? On my birthday? Wait a minute. So Diablo 4 is coming out on my birthday? Are you serious? Wow. So we're getting Diablo 4 on my birthday. Or around my birthday. How perfect is that? I've been waiting. When did Diablo 3 come out? 2012. So 10 years later, 2022. 2023 is 11 years later. So 11 years after Diablo 3, and I sat in my Ford Explorer, 1998 Ford Explorer, outside of Best Buy after physically purchasing Diablo 4 and Diablo 3 and holding it up, being excited for Diablo 3 in 2012. 11 years later, Diablo 4 is going to come out around my birthday. Thank you, Blizzard. Thank you, Blizzard. Oh, here it is. I'm pumped.
I have returned to hell.
Let's go. Let's go. All hell breaks loose. I love the slogan of all hell breaks loose, bro. That is awesome. I'm sorry. Now I'm getting fired up. See, guys? Now I'm getting excited. And I can't fucking play it, really. And I'm getting excited. Oh, man. That's funny. See, I'm getting all excited. And oh, man, I can't even play it. It's just fucking sad, to be honest. But hey, first world problems.
Super Chat Party.
Jennifer Muppet Baby.
Holy hell at Joe, please cheer up just a wee bit, and
Oh, sorry.
stop being so hard on yourself. Damn, yo.
Yo.
Long distance hug for you, dude. Heart. Hi
Thank
to
you,
the
Jennifer.
chat.
Jennifer, you're the best. I have yeah, it sucks to be like this. I really wish I wasn't like this. Like it really blows. You know, it sucks to be like this. I don't know why I'm like this. I apologize for it. It really blows. Like I don't know what's wrong with me. But I'm just like this. I can't explain it. I wasn't but you know what? It's kind of like a beautiful thing to think about how different I was in 2017, 18, 19, and 20. It's crazy. It's actually a beautiful thing to see how comfortable and like good to go I was in those years. You know what I mean? To go back and watch, even 2016. Yeah, I was so like kicking ass. Like I felt great about everything. Like it was pretty good. But yeah, I'm just fuck. But you watch back in 2012 and 13 and 14, you can see that I'm, I got a little edgy chip on my shoulder, and things aren't the greatest. But yeah, it's just the way it is, man. It's back to that way. But it's just the way I am. I don't know. I can't explain it. I can't help but be. I guess I can't help it. It sucks. But yeah, that's the way I am. I don't know. I appreciate that though. You're the best. Jennifer, you're great. You're a good person. Don't worry about it. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So Sasha Banks, New Japan, we talked about that. Looks like we're going to get Bad Bunny at WrestleMania. That's pretty much, it's not confirmed, but it's confirmed that Triple H wants Bad Bunny at WrestleMania, but I mean, that's just a stupid thing to say. Of course he does. But it looks like we are probably going to get Bad Bunny at WrestleMania. CM Punk is has been making some WWE comments recently. That's interesting. There are people in WWE that want X-Pac to show up in NXT. It's very weird sort of news today. Like, I just don't, like, good, I guess. I mean, I don't think X-Pac, Sean Waltman should have been really out of the wrestling business much at all. Like, I think why couldn't he have come back to? Well, he's been in the wrestling business, but why couldn't he come back to WWE? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the problem with that. Why he's been away for so long? Because he's busy hugging dogs. It's funny. I make fun of Sean Waltman, but he's not much different. I'm about a step behind Sean Waltman. You know what I mean? From walking around with a fucking dog on my shoulder in order to keep me from fucking passing out or whatever. So shout out to Sean Waltman. I'll be like you soon, brother.
You raised a piece of shit.
What a fuck-ass week. Baker Mayfield is starting for Rams, Xander Bogaerts
Oh!
is a Padre, Ricky Starks talking about his asshole, Bob from Sesame Street croaks and Predator sprung from the clink. Still 3 weeks left in year, please leave Mel Brooks alone.
Oh,
Wings.
no. I forgot to take Baker Mayfield back on my lineup. Oh, my God. So, man, I mean, and I know that the troll guy in the chat the last couple of weeks, he's like, Joe can't afford anything, but he bets on sports every week. Bro, I put $2 and $5 every week. I take $2 or $5, and I bet 5 $1 games or 1 $2 game. almost every week. And every week so far, I've lost. Now, this is because in the last 2 years, I had won $100, and I had been re-spending that money every week on betting and losing 60, winning 20, losing 80, winning 50, losing 50, winning 100, losing 10, losing 20, winning 30, winning, and every week just recycling that money for like 2 years. I finally ran out of it a couple of weeks ago. I lost, and I lost everything. So every week I bet $2 to $5, which is not a lot of money. It's not a lot of fucking money. And I tonight I took my $5 and I bet 5 different games and I bet 5 different lineups. I'm gonna do that again so you can clip that. You know, I forgot Mayfield was is he back in the game? Is that what it is? Because I took him out of my lineups. There's no way I'm gonna win shit tonight now. So anyway, I think $2 to $5 a week is worth it. You know, if you get first place, you win $20,000. You know. But theoretically, who paid for my betting this week? Theoretically, Man Moore, you did.
Super Chat Party.
Man Moore, you paid for it, brother.
What's up, Joe? Keep up the good work, bro.
Man Moore, you're the beast. You're a beast, brother. How you doing, dude? You came in during the second drive. Oh, my God, dude. Let me check my account and see how I'm doing. Not looking good, guys. Not looking good. Somebody's winning a lot of money, but it ain't me. Yikes. They're in the third quarter. I took Davante Adams as my MVP. Luke Rojas, Josh Jacobs was the pick tonight, and I didn't pick him. I also took the Vegas Raiders defense, which was the right decision. So Derek Carr was the wrong decision, and Kyron Williams was the real wrong decision. No, Cam Akers was a horrible decision. So Davante Adams, good call. Las Vegas Raiders, good call. But Cam Akers, huge mistake. I'll never win tonight. But, you know, I'm a retard. How you doing, Luke Rojas?
I'm trying to leave work right now, so I have to put you on hold. Sorry.
That's all good, bro. Put me on hold. Hey, man, we'll do it. I might you put me on hold, brother. Go ahead. But anyway, guys, yeah, Luke Rojas is working. He works hard for the money. I got home a little while ago. I have to get up early. What time is it? What time do I get up? I don't even know what time. The kids take my phone. Oh, my fucking God, bro. I think I have to get up early. And early to me is like I have to wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. But waking up at like 8 or 9 a.m., then that's okay. Then I can stay up then for a little bit. But I don't know without my phone. I got my phone back, and then they took it back again. I mean, what the fuck? Hey, where's my phone? Hello? Hey! Okay. So yeah, everyone's excited about Diablo, man. It's gonna be cool. But WWE didn't do well either. You know, AEW didn't do well. Obviously, AEW dropping to 834,000 or whatever it is. Not good for AEW. But WWE not doing so good either. The third hour, barely over 1 million or something. It was just bad. The third hour of Raw took a dump on itself. And it did, and of course it did, because it was terrible. Dude, I used to say that if I wasn't doing this show, I wouldn't even watch Raw. I wouldn't watch Monday Night Raw anymore if I wasn't doing this show. Right? I don't know how much I've already skipped a couple of Raws. I've covered almost every Raw since the year 2012. Almost every Raw. Think about that. I think I've missed a total of 13 Raws, maybe. And I'd say 6 of those came in the past year. And the other 6 are, might not even be 6. I've covered Raw every week since 2012. Live! I don't think anyone else does that or has done that. I don't think anybody else has been live after Raw since 2012. And also with as many as me. There's no way. I think it's me. I don't think anyone else has covered that many Raws. I think there was a way, and there is a way, if you took a lot of time and you gave a shit to go look that up, you would see that I am the person who's covered Raw live the most ever on YouTube. I'm serious. I don't even know if that's a good thing. It's just fucking a stat. It could be a bad thing, the fact that I don't have 300,000 subscribers for doing that. It could mean you're not that great because you should have more subs. But I'm just saying that now it's dude, I might not really cover Raw anymore. I don't know. I barely want to do it. It's so bad. No one cares. Yeah, Cody has to come back. That's a big thing that we're missing out on. We need Cody Rhodes to come back, no doubt about it. But that's not going to, that's still not going to save this shit. Remember when Cody was here? And we were like, this is amazing. But after the Cody segment, Raw just went to shit. It was all right, Cody segment's over. Now Raw goes to piss. Man, Danny MT cracked me up with these clips. Listen to this.
Sounds homosexual to me personally.
There's a lot of funny clips from him.
Long ago, we all heard that. You think your little grandpa / uncle / whatever weird shit affiliation with Whitey Bulger would appreciate you saying, "Fuck Irish. I ain't a part of no Irish." Yeah, let's see how well that would have went for you. You would have got your fucking neck cut that day.
Which apparently,
Dude, Dan.
It was his grandmother. No, first it was his grandfather. Then it changed to his grandmother's brother, and then it changed to it was his grandmother's brothers related to through marriage. Which one is it, you weird psycho fuck? You're not. What is it, you weird? Which one is it, you weird psycho fuck? You're not.
That's the line. Oh my god.
Not related to him anyways, bro. That's super easy to fucking look down his family tree and see if there's a fucking faggot ass DePiri.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Danny. Jesus Christ.
Related to through
you psycho fuck, dude. Danny's a nut job.
Marriage. Which one is it, you weird psycho fuck? You're
Dude. Oh man. Which one is it? That is hilarious. It doesn't even matter what he's talking about. It's just funny. He's funny, man. Which one is it, you weird psycho fuck? Oh man, the Diablo trailer looks awesome. Oh shit, man, it looks awesome. There's some material going on. Dude, this.
May we fight true in His holy name.
The trailer looks awesome, though.
Blessed be the light.
You guys see the Diablo trailer? Damn. I don't know what we're allowed to show. I don't know why you couldn't show it, but I could see me just getting copywritten. Dude, this is crazy. Man, the Diablo trailers are so good now. Like, this is amazing, bro. It looks so good. You know? Devontae, I've played the game. I got access to the closed beta, Devontae. Devontae, it's like Diablo 4 is kind of like Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 like had a baby, like, in a way. Like it's literally like a lot of the themes and styles and concepts of Diablo 3 are here, and the gameplay is like Diablo 3 but advanced, but also more slower, you know, like a Diablo like 2. So it's not like a speed, like Diablo 3 became a speed build with set items, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, bro. Dude, I literally clipped those sound clips in 2 seconds because somebody sent them to me. Like, I didn't have to spend all day doing anything, dude. You gotta get better troll names, brah. Get better troll names, dude. Come on. You gotta get better troll names than that. All right, buddy? You gotta do better. I've been at work all day, so.
Do you have any hat?
What?
Do you have any hat?
Nope, go to bed because it's 10:30. Where's Mom?
I need a hat.
Where's Mom? You want more like Diablo 2? Yeah, it's more like Diablo 2 then, I would say. It's sort of like Diablo 2 and Diablo 3 mixed, but then if you added like new stuff in there too, so it's like a weird, I don't know, man, like I think you'll like it. I actually think you'll like it a lot. I kind of liked it. I liked it. I was hard a little bit to adjust, like, from Diablo 3 to like something that was more. It's pretty good, man. It's good. You're gonna like it. It's. I think it's good. I think it's different, and I think there's part of me that's gonna go back and play Diablo 3, but it is fun to play it. Like it's more like exploratory again. You know, it feels like you're working to stuff and you're exploring a game and having fun. And, you know, trying to reach goals and also hoping for good drops, and then you're hoping to create stuff. Where Diablo 3 is just like, wait for season, play season to do the thing. I know it's just like so known. It's boring after 2 weeks. But this was really fun. But like I said, I was too busy with work to be able to play it. So, a lot of Game Awards stuff tonight. A lot of games coming out that I will never be able to play, probably. We'll see, though. So we talked about the Raw rating just being trash. We talked about AEW rating being trash. We opened up the show talking about Sasha Banks going to New Japan. We talked about, you know, her being miserable in WWE, but now being happy doing what she wants to do, and comparing that to me being miserable and happy years ago when I was doing what I wanted to do, and how, you know, that's why I think Sasha made the right decision, and now she can wrestle in New Japan. And she's coming to New Japan. Who's she going to wrestle?
Nobody. Because
No?
New Japan sucks.
Listen, I don't really care much about New Japan anymore either. The most I cared about it recently was when, Nakamura was wrestling like AJ and when Chris Jericho showed up.
I liked when Moxley was there for a little bit, and he was holding the title for a year, and that was cool. Not the title, the United States belt. It's fucking basically just a meaningless piece of shit title.
Yeah.
But it was kind of cool to see Moxley with it. It's just I never really liked New Japan, and maybe it's just like because so many people were like, no, see, everybody thinks the best wrestler in the world is like AJ and Seth, but actually it's Fuji Tanawa that you've never fucking seen before and does the same move in every match where he hits someone in the face 50 times with a knee strike, but he's the best wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what has taken me out of getting into New Japan or getting into what's the other one, Stardom or whatever.
I don't care either. I don't care either. The bottom line is they might be awesome, but if they're not playing on the battlefield that I'm watching, I don't care. Seriously, that's what it is. I don't listen. If back in the day, if it didn't happen in WWE, I didn't care.
It's basically the same. Or it's not even that. It's just like you watch a New Japan match and it's like this 45-minute match and it's great and all, but you're wondering, okay, well, what is the build-up to this match? Because this is an epic match. And then you realize that it's just a random match that they put together like a week before the pay-per-view or something, or whatever the event is called. And that's every New Japan big-time match. It's like a 35, 40-minute clash between these guys where they hit each other with every single move possible. And then for what exactly? The build-up was, I want to face you for the belt.
Right.
That's every storyline in New Japan.
Yeah,
and then
I get it. I don't hate it like you, but I don't love it either. Like people,
I don't hate it, but it's like I don't like being told that. Like I used to be told, like, no, dude, see, you're watching NXT and all this, and you're just missing out because you just don't understand what you're missing. And it's like, shut up! Don't fucking tell me what I'm missing. All right, you know what you're missing? You're missing a fucking dad. That's why you watch this shit. All right.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are.
I'm surprised Sasha didn't just go to AEW.
No,
really
because I think she saw what happened with Punk, and she looked at their women's division, and I think she wants to be not attached to something. She wants to be able to just book her own little thing. She doesn't want to be like, oh, I'm in this company now, or oh, I have to do, all these shows they want me to do. She just wants to do one-offs. That's what it is. She sees this as she's a featured attraction on one show. She's gonna make somewhere between probably $300,000 to $500,000 to wrestle one night at New Japan.
I wouldn't say 300,000 or $1 million. That's crazy.
No, I don't. I don't think it's crazy. I think that's what she's gonna get paid.
Becky doesn't even make anywhere close to that, or any of the women right now in WWE.
They're idiots. She's doing this. She's brilliant. You don't think she's going to get paid that?
No.
What?
They don't pay that much. They don't pay that much for women. The only woman I know that got paid anywhere, like big numbers, was Ronda Rousey, and that's because she's from UFC.
Wait,
Sasha Banks. Wait, Sasha Banks isn't.
Ronda went to New Japan.
Not New Japan, but I'm saying when she came to WWE, like, think of any woman's wrestler.
Ronda Rousey got paid $1 million.
Literally, that's what I just said, Joe.
But I know, but this is New Japan. They wouldn't pay as much as WWE, but they pay pretty close.
Why would they pay $800,000 for Sasha?
No, I said
how much did they pay?
It's not what I said. I said $300,000 to $500,000.
Well, you said 300 to $1 million.
No, I said No, go back. I said 300 to $500,000.
All right, maybe I misheard you because of Discord, but I wouldn't. Okay, well, 300 to 500 grand, I can see them doing, but not like I wouldn't see her doing multiple matches.
No, she's doing one match. She's gonna do one match and get paid 300 to 500,000. I know it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 100,000. 300, I don't know for sure.
Listen, maybe I am blowing it up too much, but I'm just saying, based on what I've seen other people paid there, and Sasha Banks and how cunty she is and stuff. I bet you it's a lot of money. But all right, let's lowball it. Let's say it's $50,000. But even if it's $50,000, she's still brilliant. It's like, dude, shows up at a wrestling con for $30,000. Shows up in New Japan for like $50K at the very least. She goes to a movie, gets a movie role. She has a show already. She got paid $100,000 for that. So
I'm just excited for the day that she just like, I don't know, like where she gets convicted of a crime or something. Because I really just don't like her.
She's not.
I don't like her.
No, she's never gonna get convicted of a crime. She'll get bladder fucking cancers.
Well, when do you think that the fans will turn on her? Because it's
they
like
already have. I think a lot have.
No, not the fucking, incel ones who are like, yeah, I already know all women fucking suck, including Sasha. But I'm talking about like her hardcore fans, the ones that probably stink and they wear the boss shirts. Even though they're a 35-year-old man, it's embarrassing that they bought a shirt that's for a female wrestler, Joe. And,
I don't think they'll turn on her.
When are they going to?
I think they stop wrestling. They probably stop watching wrestling too. No, I don't think they'll turn on her because they're the ones. Like they're the ones that just they're the ones. They're the reason why she's going to get paid because New Japan is going to be like, because I said, what's the draw? How many people are going to purchase this pay-per-view to watch Sasha Banks walk out there? And I think the number is somewhere between 10 to 20 or 30,000 people. Worldwide, how many people are going to buy New Japan? What is it? It's Wrestle Kingdom. It's Wrestle Kingdom 16 or whatever we're on. How many people are going to watch Wrestle Kingdom because of Sasha? And I'm betting 10 to 20 to 30,000 people are going to buy the pay-per-view because of that. That's about $300,000 profit right there, I think. So,
I guess I'm just not like, for me, like as a wrestling fan, I've never seen Sasha as like a star. I've seen her as like girl you put in the ring to put over Becky, or girl you put in the ring to put over Charlotte.
Yeah.
I think she's a pretty average talent. Like some people were blowing her up to be like one of the best female wrestlers of all time, and it's like, I mean, not that there's much of a competition because most of them sucked until like 10 years ago. But like even then it's like she's not that great. So I don't know. Maybe she'll draw something in New Japan, but I don't think it's going to be like, I think it's going to be somewhat notable, and then every other appearance she does is going to it's going to be completely forgettable.
Let me give you a reference. When Jericho went to New Japan to wrestle, when Jericho was at Wrestle Kingdom a couple years back, right before AEW, that big where they brought in JR on commentary and all that other stuff. I don't remember what it was. I want to say it was like I think they set the record. I think that they had an enormous amount of buys in America. And by the way, that was like, I don't remember now. Can't 100% quote me. I think it was like 50 to 60,000. Right? So 60,000 buys. That earned them about $1 million something from America that they don't normally get from America. Like America, 25,000 people order it usually, and they had something like 125,000, which is also somewhat on par with the AEW ratings, where AEW gets about 140,000, 120 to 160,000 buys. On their pay-per-view shows. New Japan that year did over 100,000, and it was some kind of record. And they had, the big thing was JR on commentary and Chris Jericho. And that's what led to, by the way, Tony Khan and everything, knowing those are people that he has to get too, because those were big draws for New Japan. And I watched that entire show. And so that worked. It got me to watch the whole show. So JR was great. He didn't know everything on commentary. There was some things he was like, but he was just exciting. And I had it felt like I was watching. It was exciting. You know what I mean, Rojas? Like, because I'm not a big fucking every flippy flop. I love this stuff. You know, I was I was watching as a casual kind of New Japan. I've watched New Japan, but it felt it felt like I was doing something I wasn't supposed to do, though. It felt like I was up late. You know, I mean, I was like, what? It was amazing. It felt like I was watching something I wasn't supposed to watch. I was up late, and I was, it was like I was watching a Rogue show with JR, though, and, Jericho's going to be there. It was fun, that Wrestle Kingdom. It was like Wrestle Kingdom 13 or 12. I don't remember now.
I only watched that one just to see Jericho and Omega. That was the only thing I cared about, because I'm, because me, Mr. New Japan fan. I love New Japan, all of its matches, can go in order of my favorite. But I remember really liking Omega and Jericho, and I thought wow, isn't it crazy that that's where I really thought wow, New Japan, they might be able to turn this into not a competitor, but they might be able to get more ratings and shit, and and then it's kind of sad how even as not a fan of New Japan, it's just kind of sad to see the state it's in, where I just couldn't care less about it. There's nothing that interests me about it.
Do you know why? It's because literally AEW killed it. AEW, a lot of people don't understand this. AEW killed NXT, and they killed New Japan.
Yeah, and what's so strange? It's you'd think NXT would have gone through, I guess, I don't know, a longer process before it was completely destroyed by AEW, because when AEW first started, it was when NXT was on top. It had the Undisputed Era, it had Keith Lee, it had Matt Riddle, it had Tommaso Ciampa, it had Johnny Gargano, and somehow somehow that wasn't even able to put a dent into AEW. For a little while we kept up with you guys, and then you guys just completely shat all over us, and it was embarrassing for me to be like, well, we did beat you guys 5 weeks ago. Let's not forget about that. So it was really humiliating to have to defend it. And then COVID put NXT in a fucking grave. I remember the last takeover where they were in the before they went to the COVID era or whatever. It's depressing to watch, because I feel like that's the last time you got the true sense of what NXT was like. The one where what was it? Dakota Kai and Tegan Nox had that great street fight.
Yes.
And Keith Lee had a good match with Dijakovic, and Cole and fucking Ciampa. And it's just sad to watch that, because it's that after this, it's where we get into the empty arena, where the matches just started to get less cool and less exciting, and there was no crowd anymore, and it never, ever picked up that steam that NXT originally had. So I know I just went on a tirade about it, but I mean, I'm a huge NXT fan, and it was devastating when you guys just completely shat all over us.
Do you remember, I don't remember exactly Wrestle Kingdom 12 what year it was, but all I could find was Jim Ross and me talking about it. But I think it was 5 or 6 years ago. But I remember this little clip here.
What do you think of what Jericho's doing with a guy like Kenny Omega, and how will that impact the business this year?
I think it's old school booking, Joe. I think it's a very sound, fundamental, old school booking. I think that probably some people thought, because of the geography involved, that when Jericho did the original incident with Omega, where he got him in the ring and bloodied him up, I think people thought, well, that's what they're going to do to take us to Wrestle Kingdom. Then all of a sudden, at the press conference, they do another piece of business. It's all rooted in old school philosophy, without question. And so I thought they're right on the mark with it. Chris is on my podcast this week, and he called me Monday evening from Japan, and Monday evening our time, Tuesday morning his time, and it was a very open and really, I thought, a graphic discussion of promotion, why he did it, the motives, all that stuff. He's really invested himself emotionally in this match, and I'm looking forward to calling it for.
Yeah, so he was getting ready to call it. So that was 4 years ago. So there you go. I mean, and that's right after that is when Tony Khan like dove in. Like, I'm going to get into this. And that's what killed it. If AEW never happened, what they would have been able to do there with Jim Ross and Jericho and trying to bring in more people. New Japan was ready to start bringing in people, the Americans, to get their thing going, and that got killed by AEW, just like NXT was able to keep bringing in these talents from the indies to NXT, but suddenly AEW was there to gobble up a lot of them too. Listen, I mean, I love AEW, and we love NXT, but they really put a damper on a lot of these other companies thinking that they were about to make a little bit of a run. Ring of Honor, don't forget that. Ring of Honor got raped. Now, I know that Tony Khan now owns Ring of Honor, and so who cares now? But Ring of Honor, they got raped. All these companies helped launch what would become AEW and stole the audience away because that market was waiting for someone to come grab it. So
yeah.
There it was. I love that. But yeah, go back. Yeah, if you haven't heard my interview with Jim Ross, I mean, go listen back to all my interviews with all kinds of wrestlers and people. I always interviewed people, and Jim Ross was great on the show. I don't have much time left, but Devious Dave Rose just jumped in, so let's put him on and figure out what he's got because I don't want to leave him out here.
I just want to quickly add that AEW is going to Winnipeg, Manitoba, baby,
Whoa.
March 14th, 2023. So clearly they're starting to expand. I'd like to see that. And looks like they're going to start to go to many more places now that, things have sort of settled down and we realize that those jabs really don't do shit.
Well,
hey, do you think, Dave, do you think AEW would ever do something like a tribute to the troops type of show in a few years where they go to like Afghanistan or something?
No, but they probably will do, because Tony is kind of woke, tribute to the trans.
Oh, no. I don't think they'll do that.
You know it.
No.
Should they just go to like a transgender high school or something and wrestle?
It'll be hosted by
I don't think Dave. I don't think you're right about tribute to the trans, but I do think you're right that they'll do some kind of like in June for one night. They'll do the rainbow colors in the ring and on the ropes, and they'll do like Pride Night or something.
Yeah, Rainbow Rampage. It'll be on a Friday night, right before the parade.
Yes.
Imagine it's like something like completely terrible, like you know how WWE goes to Saudi Arabia, they go to like North Korea and wrestle.
No,
and they start like chanting like he is our leader.
No, dude, you know what they do? No, you know what they do? They go to San Francisco in the middle of the gay pride parade, and they put the ring right in the middle at the parade and all these guys are dressed up in like dildo horse costumes, and they're blowing the kazoos with the rainbow things and confetti, and all these people are just watching the wrestling.
Instead of fucking having a wrestling match on an aircraft carrier with Luger, you're gonna have fucking a wrestling match in the middle of fucking San Francisco.
Yeah, and they bring out Richard Simmons to blow Elton John in the middle of Times Square or whatever.
You had also mentioned about the TV deal with ROH on a previous video.
Yeah.
That is, it still hasn't been determined as to what channel, but yes, that deal is signed. It's just a matter of them to invoke it and it gets set up. But actually, there was an article that was released yesterday, I believe, and we talked about this. But Tony Khan is actually actively trying to separate the two brands and keep AEW and ROH separate, not have ROH features.
Tony was listening. He was listening.
Boy, he's been listening, and clearly, it makes sense too, because we've been saying the same thing. It's just like we got to the point. It's like, okay, fine, you're building up that brand, but enough of ROH on AEW. So he came out and he was quoted in an article saying he is actively working, for that, because eventually everything's going to be on that TV show. So still, the details aren't as to where it's going to be and so forth. But bottom line is, it's going to TV, and the pay-per-view is this Saturday at 4 p.m.
Can't wait. I'll be at work, but I'm sure it'll be good.
Hey Joe.
Yo.
I was wondering how far away do you think the audience is going to be from the ring when Sasha starts to wrestle? Because you know how much she just hates to be like next to men.
That's why she's gonna love. That's why she's going to New Japan, because she knows how far back the audience has to be. She loves it.
No, she's gonna actually film her next match in a female bathhouse. So it'll be just she'll be surrounded with middle-aged women with like really short hair and flannel shirts.
Oh my God!
Wasn't
bro.
she on that? Wasn't she on that piece of shit show that was advertised all fucking night? Barmageddon.
Yes, she's a host on it, I think.
Well, how fucking terrible was that? Where like Nikki Bella is like pretending to be like a tough girl towards like two bigger guys, and they were like, I don't want her to body slam me.
Wait, is she on that show for one episode, or is she hosting it with Nikki Bella or whatever?
Brie Bella is hosting it, and then Sasha, I guess, is just appearing on the show.
Oh, okay. So she only got, because I was thinking she got paid $100,000. So I thought
they advertised it during Raw, so it's weird.
That is weird. I thought she was on it for like a whole season, so I thought she was going to get $100,000. So she's only going to make $15K or something. That's it.
I kept cringing every time they showed clips to it because like the phony acting where they were trying to appeal to like the WWE audience who were watching. They're like, hey guys, wrestler fans, we know you love some action. Well, you're gonna get some on Armageddon. Hey, I don't want Brie Bella slamming me through the table. Am I right, boys? Am I right? Like, shut the fuck up. We get it.
At least fucking AEW hasn't done like a cooking show after AEW to do the same thing. But
no, it's gonna be like they're gonna do a reality show about Punk and just how like he ruins everything that he tries to get started.
Like show, instead of Chris ruins everything, Punk ruins everything.
Punk ruins everything. So it's like I'm trying to get basically my own comic book series started. And well, basically, I just told the guy who, at Marvel, the head of Marvel, I just told him to go fuck himself, and apparently it's a big problem. just him being like the biggest douchebag.
Imagine him having a tantrum because the ice cream truck just ran out, giving the little girl the last vanilla ice cream cone, and he just takes it from her and smashes it on the ground. Says, if I can't have it, no one can, and.
Yeah, that's classic Punk.
Remember when he was trying to, when the Undertaker told him, "Hey, maybe you should dress up for media appearances," and CM Punk was like, "Well, John Cena doesn't do it." Meanwhile, this is when Punk had literally been in WWE for like a year, and he was wondering why the top star at the time didn't have to wear suits, but he did. I don't know, Punk. It's just baffling to me. And then he my favorite is the story that Cody Rhodes and Jericho told about him, about where it was like Punk kept announcing himself as the locker room leader. And one day he was like, as the locker room leader, and Booker T was in the locker room. He's like, as the locker room leader, I'm telling you all to pick up your trash. And Booker like threw his trash on the ground. He's like, ain't nobody telling me to fucking clean up my trash.
Oh my God.
So it's just I want to see more awkward moments of that.
If Roddy Piper was alive at that point, he'd probably be using certain ethnic slurs to tell Booker to pick that stuff up.
Remember when CM Punk did wear a suit and he looked like a loser at Cena's entrance in Chicago?
Honestly, I thought he looked more like Corey Graves' big brother, another friend, by the way, that CM Punk stabbed in the back.
Corey Graves, you think Punk looked bigger? Like, he looked tiny, I thought.
No, I mean, like, he looked like his big brother, like, giant douchebag.
Oh.
You can definitely tell where he got the influence. Like, you ever see Corey Graves when he wears his suit and you're just like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see the tattoo just cut from underneath the collar. It's just like, you fucking white trash shit.
He got out of that truckload with his little tiny hat on.
So you can put lipstick on a pig, but...
Yeah. Well, listen...
I shaved the sides of my head and I have hair on top and I look like it's such a smart looking haircut, even though it really means that I got molested when I was 5. Now I'm trying to pick up for something.
Listen, guys, tomorrow night is Throwdown. Let's not turn tonight into Throwdown. Tomorrow night is Throwdown. Friday night Throwdown live right here around maybe 9 p.m. or so, right here on Joe Cronin Show. Throwdown tomorrow night for 2 hours to 3 hours. We'll see. I'm sure maybe Dave might be here. Luke Rojas might be here. Maybe other people will be here. And we'll have a little Throwdown Friday night. Tomorrow night. Yeah.
Lots to talk about still.
Lots to talk about. And what do you think of Danny MT and his this
marriage? Which one is it, you weird psycho fuck? You're not related to him anyways, bro.
I was there.
Which one is it? It's just the way he says that.
Which one is it?
You weird psycho fuck. I gotta clip that, man. That's almost a line.
Say, you stupid fuck.
Yeah, it's a good one. Devious Dave Rose and Luke Rojas. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Hey, I know we didn't talk much in a while, but good to hear from you guys for a second. Good night, motherfuckers. Good night, guys.
Yeah. See you later.
Thanks. Love you guys. Thanks for coming on, man, and adding some spice to the end of the show. Dave and Luke Rojas. And thank you to the people who donated live during the stream. Without you, it'd be worse. Click the like button if you can and stick the thumb up my rectum. We're nearing 100 likes. We should have 100 likes for sure. Man Moore, thanks for donating live. $4.99. Brittany Greener's Strap-On, thank you for donating. Jennifer Muppet Baby. And the top donor of the stream, the Ghost from the Coast. Pasharo, Jay Gibson, ADTR, man. OG ADTR telling me about the Diablo 4 trailer. I got to play Diablo 4 a little bit in closed beta. No doubt Alfredo Flores in the chat. You're right. Hit that like button, guys. We're so close to 100. Thanks for being here. Go back and listen to this whole show if you missed it. I had fun. Hope you did. And I'll see you tomorrow night for Friday Night Throwdown. Around the same time as SmackDown and AEW Rampage. Good night, everybody. Game Awards on tonight, yeah. We watched some of them already. The Diablo 4 trailer. Everyone's telling me about it. Thank you for telling me about it. I don't think I'm going to have any time to play the game, though, so we'll see. Good night.
Joe, if you're listening, you stupid fuck. He looks like one of those guys from Long Island that wants to be a white rapper, but he's 30-something years old, lives in his parents' basement with the droopy cap and the whatever, but he thinks he's Howard Stern, and he's got a cool way of talking in the microphone. And he's a very shock jock or whatever, and somehow or another he accumulates followers on Twitter. It's fucking pathetic. So please, nobody listen to anything involving a guy named Joe Cronin, because it's just so fucking sad.
I'm gonna gargle your piss! I'm gonna gargle your piss!
Hit the like button! Hit the like button!